Hi guys, my name is Cherita and I'm the most positive person you will ever meet. I guarantee it. Oh, what is wrong with my voice?
And it's bubbly, 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 bubbly. We are singing to our love.
Today I am doing another cheer video. This is actually a collaboration with my friend Jeremy. I will link his information below. If you guys do not watch his video, which his video is probably the most important part of this collab, you guys won't get the full effect, so please make sure you guys go and check out his video. Today we are going to be talking about the score sheet, and I don't want to call it the varsity score sheet. I want to call this the score sheet because this is the score sheet that is used in all all-star competitions. I will be discussing the tumbling and overall portion of the score sheet, while Jeremy will be talking about the stunts, pyramid, and tosses part of the score sheet. If you guys are interested in this video, go ahead and keep watching. On the judging panel, there is a building judge, a tumbling judge, and an overall judge. I'm going to be discussing what the tumbling and overall judge does. The tumbling judge is in charge of standing tumbling, running tumbling, and jumps. For standing tumbling and running tumbling, the score range is between a 3 and a 5. So there's no way that any team can score between a 0 and a 2.9 for running tumbling and standing tumbling. There's a difficulty score and there is a technique score in all of the different categories. In standing tumbling, the ranges go below, low, mid, and high. In the below range, that is a 3.0 to a 3.5. Those are standing tumbling skills performed that do not meet the low range requirement. Well, Cherita, what is the low range requirement? I'll tell you. The low range is a 3.5 to a 4, and that is most of the team performs a level appropriate pass. Luckily, there is a chart that tells you for how many athletes you have what most is. Most is 75% of the team. So let's take a nice round number like 20. If you have 20 people on your team, you have to have at least 15 people to do one level appropriate skill, one appropriate standing tumbling skill to score in the low range. The mid range for standing tumbling is a 4.0 to a 4.5. The mid range means majority of the team performs 2 different level appropriate passes, but one of them must be synchronized from initiation of the pass. Now, majority is 50% plus 1 or 51%. So we're going to take that same number, which is 20, and majority of the team would be 11. So you have to have 11 athletes do 2 different level appropriate passes. One of them has to be synchronized. I know there are some instances where you don't have exactly 11 that do both of the required elements, and that's why sometimes some teams are scored in low, because if these teams are not doing exactly what it says to get into that mid-range, there is no way a judge can put that team into that mid-range. So they might score a 4.0, which is the highest of the low, but in order to get into that mid-range, you have to do exactly what it says. There are 2 different high ranges, but it's dependent on levels. So levels 1 and 2, they have a different high range requirement than levels 3 through 6. So for standing tumbling, to get into the high range for levels 1 and 2, most of the team have to perform 2 level appropriate passes, and 1 has to be synchronized from the initiation of the pass. Whereas to score in the mid, only majority of the team had to do the 2 of the level appropriate passes, and 1 of them had to be synchronized. To score in the high range, which is a 4.5 to 5, for levels 3 through 6, most of the team must perform 2 different level appropriate passes, one of which must be a synchronized advanced jump to tumble combination at the initiation of the jump. So it's pretty self-explanatory how you have to get into these ranges, but there are certain instances where you may not have majority, or you may not have most, which will automatically knock you into the lower range, or it might put you at the low end of the high range. If you guys are super confused, please let me know and I will do like a breakdown of a specific level if that's what you guys want to hear. Now on to running tumbling. There are two different categories when it comes to running tumbling. The first category is levels 1 through youth, junior, and restricted 5. And then the second category is worlds level 5 and 6 teams. So once again, for running tumbling, there's a below, a low, a mid, and a high. The ranges are still the same. Below is 3.0 to 3.5, low is 3.5 to 4.0, mid is 4.0 to 4.5, and high is 4.5 to 5.0. For both levels 1 through restricted 5 and worlds 5 and 6, below is skills performed do not meet the low range requirements. Again, what are the low range requirements? The low range requirements are less than majority of the team performs one level appropriate pass. So we're going to take that number 20 again, and majority is 11. So say you have 10 athletes that perform one level appropriate running tumbling pass, and that's it, then they are going to score in that low range. Now they might score like a 3.9 or a 4.0 because they're really close to that majority, but if they are not hitting that majority mark, they will not score higher than the low range. Now the mid range is where it differs between levels 1 through restricted 5 and worlds teams level 5 and 6. In the lower divisions, the mid range requires majority of the team to perform a level appropriate pass, where in the upper levels it is most of the team to perform a level appropriate pass. In the high range, the lower levels require most of the team to perform one level appropriate pass, whereas the higher levels require majority of the team to perform an elite level appropriate pass. And I know there's a lot of questions. What is an elite pass? What is a level appropriate pass? On the varsity website, they have a chart that lays out all of the level appropriate skills. So it'll tell you for level 1, what are considered level appropriate standing tumbling skills and what are level appropriate running tumbling skills. It's not like it's up for interpretation or subjectivity. It gives you exactly kind of what you should be putting in your routine so that you can score in these different ranges. Now on to jumps. The jump difficulty score is the same from levels 1 through 6, and the range is between a 4 and a 5. So if you're scoring a 4, it's because less than a majority of the team performed one advanced jump. If you're scoring a 4.2, it's because majority of the team performs one advanced jump. If you're scoring a 4.4, it's because most of the team is performing one advanced jump, but that one advanced jump has to be synchronized. If you're scoring a 4.6, it's because most of the team is performing two advanced jumps, and those two advanced jumps must be synchronized. If you're scoring a 4.8, it's because most of the team is performing 3 advanced jumps, all that are synchronized. And in order to score a 5, which is probably the easiest thing to do on the score sheet, most of the team has to perform 4 connected advanced jumps that are synchronized, or 3 connected advanced jumps plus 1 additional jump performed by most of the team, and they all must be synchronized, and it has to include a variety jump. So that's why you see a lot of teams doing either 4 jumps or 3 jumps plus 1. That's the easiest way to get a 5. Now I know what you're thinking, okay, so you get a 5, but what if all of their jumps are not up to par or they're not performed very well? Well, that's where technique comes into play. Technique for standing tumbling, running tumbling, and jumps are ranged between a 3.0 and a 5. To score a 3.0 to a 3.5, minimal athletes execute excellent precision, form, and synchronization. To score a 3.0 to a 4, less than a majority of the athletes excellent precision, form, and synchronization. To score a 4.0 to a 4.5, majority of the athletes execute excellent precision, form, and synchronization. And to score a 4.5 to a 5.0, most to all of the athletes must execute excellent precision, form, and synchronization. Oh, and I just want to rewind back to jumps. I know I mentioned advanced jumps. Advanced jumps include pike jumps, right, left, front, and side hurdlers, and a toe touch. So what advanced jumps do not include are spread eagles or X jumps. It depends on what you call them, and tuck jumps. So when you have a mini team doing spread eagles or tuck jumps, more than likely they're not going to score in that high range because they're not doing advanced jumps. Also, for jumps to be considered connected, all jumps must use the whip approach. And if you guys are not familiar with what that is, please let me know and I will go into detail about that, or I'll answer your question. Now on to overall. Overall includes dance, performance, and routine composition. All of these are basically a 1-point score. For dance, you score in between a 4 and a 5. And I'm just going to read what it says on the score sheet. Dance, a team's ability to demonstrate a high level of energy and entertainment value, which incorporates multiple visual elements, including a variety of levels, formation changes, partner work, footwork, and floor work. This includes technique, perfection, synchronization, pace, and intricacy of dance moves performed. A team should not score a 4.0 in dance because a 4.0 is equivalent to a 0. If a team basically goes out there and does 2 8 counts with no transitions, no footwork, no floor work, they'll probably score somewhere around the 4.2. Like, that's probably the lowest that you'll see. And yes, dance is up to subjectivity, but we're only working with like 1 point here. Performance is a 9 to 10. Performance includes a team's ability to demonstrate high levels of energy and excitement while maintaining consistent uniformity, genuine enthusiasm, and showmanship. This will include appropriate athletic impression throughout the routine. The thing that I like about the overall judge is they only have 1 point to work with. So it's not, I don't want to say it's not a make or break, but it really isn't. And then the last category in overall is routine composition, which just like performance is a 9 to a 10. Routine composition is a team's ability to demonstrate precise spacing and seamless patterns of movement performed throughout the routine. This includes innovative visual and intricate ideas, as well as any additional skills performed to enhance the overall appeal. With performance and routine composition, no team should be scoring a 9.0 because technically that is a 0. You have to look at it like that. So if teams are scoring a 9.0 or a 9.1, it should be reevaluated or re-looked at because basically those teams are scoring zeros. And if they went out there and did a routine, they have to score at least a 9.2, 9.3. So if you guys are interested in where I got this information from, it's all on the varsity website. I will link that below. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It means the world to me. If you guys are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to me for new content every week. And also make sure you connect with me on my social media. All of that will be linked below in my description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a positive and love-filled day. Bye.